So I would like to think of myself as a cook.
Stop lying.
Not a very good one, but a cook nonetheless. Thanks to quarantine, I cannot foolishly spend my money on brunches every Saturday and Sunday. Or see my friends. It has taught me a lot about learning how to cook at home. A necessary skill that I should probably have, seeing as I need to get out of my parents' house sometime soon.
Send help.
Anyway, I have been trying my hand at cooking at home since, mid to late 2019. I've had some bangers the past couple weeks, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's hot. I did a whole spread where I did buttermilk fried chicken, buttermilk biscuits, etc., for my parents' anniversary. And let me tell you, good. But I can always make it better. Now, I've had some successes, more fails than successes that I lied to you and told you were successes. But nonetheless, I've gotten a lot better. I'm still missing brunch. So I thought that I would do something different today and bring brunch to myself. I'm gonna go cook now because it's really hot out here. I'm gonna go ahead and put on an apron this time because I'm wearing this black shirt and I don't feel like washing it before I wear it again. I promise I'm not dirty. Wear an apron, and if you are smart like me, you go work for Starbucks for 3 days and you take one of theirs. And you got a Halloween costume right here. You're welcome. So we are gonna get started on the buttermilk biscuits first. First thing you're gonna need, flour. The recipe that I'm gonna be giving you linked down below is gonna call for more flour than I have, so we are really gonna improvise here. I'm supposed to be doing 4 cups, but so I have about 2.5 cups of flour.
This can't end well.
Baking soda. I don't know what this does. All I know is you can clean stuff with it, so I'm trying to figure out why it's in my food. What I remember, it tastes kind of like salty. I'm actually kind of curious, let's see. What does this taste like? Ugh. Yeah, don't do that. 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Then we are gonna take, it calls for 4 tablespoons. We're gonna do about 5, a little extra for good measure. I put this in everything, pancakes, everything. It makes them fluffy, so about a teaspoon of salt. And I'm gonna do 2 heaping teaspoons of sugar and a little on the side. So we got our dry ingredients going. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a quick mix. I feel like this could use some more sugar because if you're gonna make buttermilk anything, it's not gonna be healthy. You might as well just go all out. We have some lard here. It's made out of pig something. No cap lard. Apparently there's a difference between the hydrogenated fake stuff and the real stuff, but I only have the fake stuff, so I don't know what it is, but it tastes good in the biscuit. So we're still gonna put the same amount of lard. Here's the thing about buttermilk biscuits. I'm really over here talking like I can cook something. I can't. Roughly 1/2 cup. Cube it. This is about 1/2 cup, but I'm gonna go ahead just because it's been sitting there for a while and just use the rest of this. Cut these into cubes, just like this. Now, according to this recipe and according to what I did last time, you wanna make sure that these are chilled. You wanna go ahead and keep these in the refrigerator until you're ready to use them. Now, I did hear that the more lard you use, the more flakier, the more crispier, the more butterier the biscuit. I don't know how true that is, but you just can't go wrong. Get them into reasonably sized cubes. Like, I don't even know if inch cubes are too thick, but just kind of like this size really. Do you see that? Okay. But just making them smaller does help move it around. Now we are just gonna go in for the mashing. I should really insert some sound bites of my father this past weekend telling me that my food was good, because he can be a hater sometimes.
How convenient.
So when it's about like this, just making sure that all the butter is pretty much worked in. Since my nails are clean, we're gonna dig under and get all the junk from under my, I'm playing, am I? No. You don't know what's hiding up there. It might be a little seasoning under the nail or something like that that you can just dig out a little bit, a little flavor. This is actually more therapeutic than I thought it was. I should probably do this more often without the hair though, because it's hot under this hat wig. From this, you're really only using enough buttermilk. You don't want it to be drenched to where the mixture is wet. So I'm gonna start off with 3/4 of a cup. I think you really only need 1/2 cup for this mixture, but we'll see. So I don't want it overly wet, which I'm looking at this now and it does look a little bit too wet.
No duh.
You're supposed to use some flour for dusting so it doesn't stick on the surface, but I just realized we're out of flour. So
Bruh.
our dusting table, we're gonna have a little bit of, what is this called? Baking powder. Got your dough, cool. Usually I would use a rolling pin, but I think I'm just going to knead it with my hands because last time I overworked it and that made it way too hard. You want some lumps and bumps in this, you know, like in your woman. Thick guys save lives. Or at least they chafe, I don't know. I don't have a cutter, so I'm just using, what are these called? The tops of like the mixing things for the drinks. Flour this, but I want to. So I found that this little drink mixer mabob makes the perfect shaped biscuits. I feel like I'm sweating, that's okay. This hair might be coming off here pretty soon. Lightly grease my pan. Make sure that the biscuits are pretty close together because the closer they are together, the higher that they rise.
Hey, you sound smart.
Boom. And now we are going to go ahead and put these in the oven for about 20 minutes on 425. Not as great as I would have liked them to look. Oh baby, these are looking like a fail, but you know what? We're gonna eat them anyway. So here is the end result for the biscuits. Looking a little ashy, a little crusty, but they look good. They look like they're gonna be flaky. So we'll go ahead and try these outside and see what it's like. I love this part. So next up in our little brunch, is that? Nope, okay, we're good. Little brunch section.
Words are hard.
Next up in our little brunch section, we're gonna start working on the sweet potato hash. Cut up some bell peppers, your sweet potato, and some red onion. The way I learned how to cut this was actually kind of cool. I learned it on BuzzFeed like 2 days ago. You slice aside. This knife really needs to be sharpened. You're going to slice aside and then you're gonna cut around the seed and it's gonna get rid of that, I don't know what this little white part is called. You're gonna get rid of that like bitter thing, okay? And boom, look at that. Boom, bada boop, bow. So this is where my knife skills come in, right? Y'all didn't know I was a professional chopper. Go ahead and Julian cut these. That's about a good chop right there. I kind of like them a little bit thicker, 1/2 inch thick. Up next, we are gonna take half of red onion.
Words are hard.
And take half. I've learned over time not to peel these first because it makes it easier. And also not to cut the root off. If you don't cut the root off, then you won't cry, is the myth. That could be a myth. I could be making that up, probably, who knows? Just dice it. All right, look, you didn't come for the chopping skills, you just came for the good food. This green onion is on its last leg, but we don't waste around here. Cut off the tops. I got really pissed when I learned that you cut off the root. Like for what? Like for what? What do you use the root in? Like for what? And what is this? Last but not least, a medium-sized sweet potato. Go ahead and cut this. I don't remember how to cut a sweet potato. That's sad. I'm gonna cut this way. No rhyme or reason, just cut it. I didn't cut it right, so.
No duh.
Whatever. You're going to cut these. Make sure they're at least an even thickness. Like these right here are gonna be cut up a little bit more just because they're so chunky compared to the other ones. They're gonna cook different. And there you have the potatoes. It is hot. Letting the pan heat up on medium-high heat. I'm gonna throw in a little bit of softened butter. Doesn't have to be softened. So now that this is pretty much heated up on medium-high heat, throw in our potatoes. Have those sear, covered, for about 5 to, I'd probably say 7 to 10 minutes. Spread them out so that they can brown. Moving them around, getting them really evenly coated. And I'm gonna go ahead and start seasoning. A little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. Keep stirring this. Okay. They're starting to soften up. Give them a couple more minutes. Woo! Yes, this is what I like. It's starting to kind of burn. And throw in the onions and the garlic. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in the onions first and let those go for about 2 to 3 minutes, okay? If you feel like your pan is a little too dry, give it some more butter, or in this case, I actually am gonna throw in a little bit of olive oil. You can actually take off the covering at this point too. We're gonna go ahead and throw in garlic. I put in about 2 cloves worth of garlic, and we are just gonna keep mixing this until it becomes fragrant, about 30 seconds, because we don't want it to burn. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in this. So we're gonna add some onion powder, which you're really not supposed to do over steam, so I don't know, I just try and cover it like so. I like a lot of onion powder and I like a lot of garlic powder. So at this point, the potato is a little bit mushy. So we might have overcooked it a little bit, not gonna lie, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw in the green onion. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn the heat off. Grab 2 eggs, oil this up here. See if I don't break a shell in this. Fry them up. Grab about a decent bite of this. I went ahead and just put the egg on top. I'm gonna sit this here. So apparently I'm done cooking, but not done sweating. It's hot under this hat wig. It's hot. It's hot. I feel like I'm sweating. It's really hot out here. You know, we got some here. We're just gonna do a quick taste test, and I'm gonna run inside to eat the rest of this because I'm not sitting out here. The biscuit, sis, it's a biscuit. We're biscuit. Can we focus? Focus on the biscuit. And let me tell you what, my biscuit's looking a little bit more like fried chicken, but sis, it's gonna be good either way. Okay, let's see. Let's see.
Are you sure about that?
It's really good and really flaky. Maybe like flaky to the point that it's like breaking apart on its own. Here, I'll show you. You can see it's like breaking apart on its own. Oh, it's good though. It's very good. It almost reminds me. Don't talk with your mouth full. It almost reminds me of like a Cracker Barrel biscuit, I think. I'm gonna just. Not cute, but good. This is fire. This is good. Hold on. Gotta get the thumbnail. Okay. I'm gonna go inside, take off my wig. I'm gonna go inside, take off my wig, and eat the rest of this. This was bomb. Try it.
That's all, folks. We'll see you later.